These are challenging times for the ski business. Few know that better than Rusty Gregory. He's the man I like to call the king of the mountain. He's chairman and CEO of Mammoth Resorts in California's Southern Sierras. With us this morning from Los Angeles. Rusty, I know you're enjoying the summer weather in L.A. Problem is, that's the kind of weather you had all winter in Mammoth. After 4 years of drought, how do you prepare as a CEO for the 2015-2016 season?
Good morning, Eric. It's good to be with you. You know, it's very difficult to prepare. You just wait for what Mother Nature offers us and do the best we can, variabilize expenses, and hope for as much visitation as possible.
What does variabilize mean when you're talking about expenses? Walk us through some of the tough decisions you've had to make as CEO.
Well, the trick shot is to have your cost structure in a manner that's commensurate with the revenue you bring in, and with the volatility of revenue with the droughts that we've had in California. We've had to reduce cost structure significantly, which impacts the small rural towns that ski resorts tend to be, particularly in the West. So, and cutting daily operating expenses to match the visitation and revenue over the day. It's just it's a very hands-on business.
But in doing so, do you sort of worsen the experience? At this point, lift tickets have gotten so expensive at premier resorts. People are really expecting a luxury experience. So if you're cutting expenses, what does that do for those who are on the mountain?
It's really a matter of putting year-round employees out on the front line, smiling at guests, so the guests theoretically don't notice. And from a pricing standpoint, actually the skiing experience has gone down because of proliferation of season passes, really led by Vail and their Epic Pass. So if you're willing to commit 5 or 6 days a year to skiing, the cost per day is actually quite a bit less expensive than it used to be years ago.
You at Mammoth, Rusty, have a partnership with some other resorts that offers not quite the same thing that the Epic Pass offers, but it's kind of similar, right?
Yeah, we are. We're part of the Mountain Collective with Aspen, Alta, Snowbird, Sun Valley, Jackson Hole, Whistler Blackcomb, all the big mountains in the West. And so if you buy passes from one of the resorts, you get benefits at all the other resorts. So we think it's a great competitive offer for the Vail's Epic Pass.
Do you worry, Rusty, again, with drought in the far west, and this throughout the Sierras, and also affecting Utah, and this inconsistent snowfall in Colorado, and even into the northern Rockies in Idaho and Montana and Wyoming, that there's a generation of kids who are never going to see great snow and may, as a result, not end up being avid skiers or boarders as adults?
I'm in the ski business, so I worry all the time. There's always been volatility in weather, and clearly global climate change is a big topic of discussion these days. But, years of bad snow, lack of snow, tends to be followed by years of good snow. And El Nino's back here in California, very warm temperatures in the ocean, so we're very hopeful we're going to have a big year in Mammoth.
Is there pressure?
Even on a bad year? Yeah, I'm sorry, Stephanie.
Is there pressure to change your season pass pricing for those who are looking ahead at weather, knowing that El Nino is here? Could they make the argument, sure, Rusty, we'll come for a lot less money?
Yeah, I think so. Our season pass sales were down slightly this year, but really gratifying, actually, considering we've had 4 big droughts, record droughts in California, this last year being the driest year on record, and our season pass sales have held up rather well. So we have got loyal customers here in Southern California. It's good to be next to 22 million residents.
Well, Rusty, it's not just Southern California. I'm hoping for a big snowfall at Mammoth this coming season, and I'll be back out there to see you. That's Rusty Gregory. He's the king of the mountain. He's the CEO and chairman of Mammoth Resorts.